Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever noticed that native English speakers sometimes say often and sometimes say most of the time, and you wondered if they mean exactly the same thing? Today, we are going to explore the difference between often and most of the time in a deep, simple, and practical way. By the end of this lecture, you will clearly understand how these expressions are used, where they are different, and how you can use them naturally in your daily English conversations. English learners frequently confuse often and most of the time because both expressions talk about frequency. Both tell us that something happens regularly. However, they are not exactly identical. The tone, the level of certainty, and the style of communication can change depending on which one you use. Understanding this small difference can make your English sound more fluent, natural, and advanced. Let us begin with the word often. Often is an adverb of frequency. It tells us that something happens many times or repeatedly. It does not give an exact percentage, but it suggests that the action happens regularly. For example, I often drink tea in the morning. This sentence means drinking tea in the morning is a regular habit for the speaker. The word often is very common in both spoken and written English. It is simple, direct, and flexible. You can use it in formal situations, informal conversations, writing, presentations, and everyday speech. Now let us look at the expression most of the time. Most of the time is a phrase that means something happens in the majority of situations or during the majority of a period. It suggests that something is true usually, but not always. For example, most of the time, I drink tea in the morning. This sentence also shows a regular habit, but it sounds slightly more descriptive and conversational than often. Now the important question is this. If both expressions talk about regular actions, why do native speakers choose one over the other? The answer is style, emphasis, and context. Often is shorter, simpler, and more direct. Most of the time is more explanatory and gives a stronger feeling that the action happens in the majority of cases. Let us compare them carefully. Sentence 1. I often feel tired after work. Sentence 2. Most of the time, I feel tired after work. Both are correct. However, the second sentence feels slightly stronger because it emphasizes that in the majority of situations, the speaker feels tired. Now let us study often in detail. Often usually appears before the main verb. For example, she often visits her grandmother.